BOJ TV viewers and subscribers, good morning to you. Busy day in our newsroom. Everybody is there gathering stories. All right, so we're getting some information out of Portmore as we speak. Seems as if there's a little bit of tension that built up earlier today based on the fact that some persons are lamenting, trying to leave Portmore and not being able to leave. We're just queuing up a story right here for you. All right, let's get this down. All right, so lockdown restriction hits St. Catherine as fifth person dies. COVID-19 cases balloon to 105, and most persons would already hear, I would have heard, that the government has basically locked down the entire St. Catherine for 7 days, which will run from this morning to next week. All right, and a number of videos emerged on social media this morning, which was basically indicating that droves of persons were trying to move from Portmore into places like Kingston and St. Andrew and other parishes, to avoid that 7-day lockdown, which they believe would have tied them down just about too much. This morning, we saw scenes of persons rushing to the supermarket. If you haven't seen it yet, some images should be coming up on your screen if you haven't seen it as yet, right? But there was a rush on residents. Were seen outside supermarkets, wholesales, and food vans as they prepare to stock up on items following yesterday's announcement by Prime Minister Andrew Holness that St. Catherine will be on lockdown for the next 7 days. Those living in the parish will be allowed to shop for essential supplies on Wednesday and Saturday only. So we gather that as we speak, based on your name in the alphabet, because it's been done based on your surname. So a certain amount of persons based on your certain surname is let out, and then another set. And this will only be done Wednesday and Saturday. And of course, there are some persons who are thinking that the borders should have been locked down earlier or should have been locked tighter, because there are no concerns that persons would have left last night after hearing the announcement, and that there could be persons who are leaving during the time in which they are sent to get essential shopping. But we understand that the security forces are now fully out in their numbers. We also saw where other call centers, the workers are getting a little bit edgy based on what happened in Portmore. We are seeing in Mandeville, Manchester, for example, where the call center workers, they are speaking up, saying that they are scared as it relates to what happened in Portmore. They would not want that to happen down there in Mandeville, Manchester. All right. And I did get a chance to communicate with the Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Yes, did make contact with him, because there was a series of talks as it relates to BPOs in general, and the impression is out there, or there's a feeling out there, that enough stringent measures weren't in place to manage the protocols set out by the government, which were expected to be adhered to by the call centers and the BPO in general. He did promise that he will be giving an update as it relates to a clarification of some of the misconceptions that's out there, the feeling that the BPO is given special privileges. But one of the things that he did indicate to me, that the BPO industry is really considered a special industry. The fact that you have some 40,000 persons employed directly, shutting down the BPOs from an early stage would have meant a significant blow to the economy. 40,000 persons being sent home, and you could imagine that multiplier effect of how many families and mouths would have been affected by 40,000 persons losing their jobs. So I understand that was a part of the consideration, and that would have definitely been a part of the consideration as it relates to why there isn't a total lockdown of the BPOs, because the concern is that person are saying that all these workers are locked into an AC room, and once a person cough, for example, the entire building will be infected. So so he did indicate that for those 40,000 persons going home without an income was a concern. We also suggested to him that he ensure that the protocols are tightened, and at least they should act with dispatch urgency to ensure that all the BPOs are following, because there is a genuine fear spanning across the country now as it relates to those BPOs, and especially the call center operation, where hundreds and scores of persons are locked into one room. All right, so that's buzzing here at BOJ TV at this point. Persons out in their numbers doing shopping at food vans, wholesales, supermarkets. Videos emerging that person were trying to leave in droves last night out of Portmore to dispatch. There are concerns from other persons, other citizens, that there will be a spread because of this movement from St. Catherine and Portmore in particular. But we'll continue to track the story here as St. Catherine goes on total lockdown here in Jamaica. This is BOJ TV Live. Do remember to hit the subscription button if you haven't subscribed before. Hit the notification button so you can be updated immediately as we post.